My name is Chad Fletcher. I've got a little company called rooM Prouductions. We started with myself and two other people. One of those persons has moved on. There was a point in time when there's about 9 of us working. Right now it's pretty much just myself and another gentleman. He does a lot of the video stuff. I do a lot of the programming. We've kind of moved it from a music and video production company more to a software company. I've always been interested in music, so when I was maybe 16, 17, 18, to go and pay hundreds of dollars at a studio got old pretty quick, so we just decided to build a studio for ourselves. At the time, there wasn't a lot of digital audio recording out there, just pretty much Pro Tools and Vision, so we didn't have the money for Pro Tools, so we picked up Vision in 1995, and have been doing digital audio ever since. What I've always been interested in is adding depth to real musicians. Here's a good example. Like, I grew up on rock and roll music, like Led Zeppelin and stuff, but what gets old to me is now I'm 30 years old, and the same rock drums, the sounds just get a little monotonous. So one of the things we could do is with electronic drums or triggers, and what's really common is, a drummer might use some electronic drums to give them some of that depth. The problem with that is it's always going to be that same recording. It's going to be like the do over and over. So here it is. Basically, you hit that drum once, and it cycles to another sound. And so what the benefit is that every time I hit the drum, it's going to change to another recording of the same drum. And so obviously, a regular drummer playing like a rock and roll kid isn't going to be able to stop playing the drums and take both hands and go play a tabla. But what they can do is they can record a tabla, maybe 50 hits, and apply all 50 to one drum, and so that way they can just cycle through those 50 sounds on that one drum. Currently, we do mostly post-production, so what I'll do is a band may come to me, or someone that needs a commercial done, or needs some type of video work done, they'll come to me, and we'll go, and I'll do one of two things. I'll take a band into a studio, and we'll record the band there, and then I'll take the data back here, and then I can do all the post-production and surround sound. The other instance would be video work, where I've got a couple different people that'll film for us. We've got a lot nicer cameras than I do, the HD stuff. So pretty much, if we do work musically or video wise, it's more post-production. Everything else, we kind of have people out there to do it for us. Yeah, for me, the biggest thing audio-wise is pushing technology, so I'm very interested in a lot of this really technical music. Like Richard Devine is someone who really pushes the envelope. A lot of these people write their own software, and so their music technically is beyond what anyone else is doing. You're not going to find any of this music on like some major label, but a lot of it is really interesting stuff. Really nice about Nuendo is that the surround sound automation. A lot of the stuff I like to do is in surround sound, so you can do it all real time and hear what it's going to sound like before we bounce it down. Object-oriented Max MSP, where it would create a software within that application and then design the sounds within that application. Design a lot of you can create your own virtual software instruments or effects. Work with a lot of musicians. A lot of the video stuff we do ends up being a music video for somebody or a commercial promoting their CD or their album. So we get into a lot of the stuff we do is for musicians. We do live shows. What we'll do is we'll take a couple cameras, we'll set them up, so we get one camera, like a good center shot on the band, and then we'll take another guy or two and have them float around. And so while the cameras are shooting, what we'll have is I'll take, you know, either a laptop or a mini disc recorder and run right out of the mixing board at the live show right into that. So we'll have a good clean audio track. There's been two like national type projects. One was a DVD for Mushroom Head as the band out of Cleveland. That's how we got the gig, is because you know the people in Cleveland and this area. But they went on tour with the Ozfest, and so you know we filmed them for quite a few months. Zach from Sony Records, he's a producer. He produces a lot of people like Eminem and Sam Taylor, 50 Cent. He does a lot of remixes for these people and produces music for Sony and Sony musicians. Sony also gave him his own record deal, so basically they've done some work for him as far as music production. It came to us and they said, alright, we've got, this is kind of the way we're going. We're kind of going, we're going to bill him as like a Mexican Eminem type of a guy. So what we did is we took the vocal tracks, everything, bounced it all down, removed all the music, and I set tempo the same that they had recorded at. One of the things that's going on right now with pop music is like the loudness wars. You know, you want to get your music as hot as possible. So what I could do, and it's taken a while to kind of tweak it out to get it sound just right, but through use of limiting and compression, you can make something a lot louder than it normally would be. So this is that track I talked about before, and what's going to happen after we limit this out using my little preset is it's going to become a lot more even. And basically what that does is it makes the quiet parts loud too, and it makes us perceive it as overall being louder. Kind of what I'm working on now is all music related, really. A good example that we got a mock-up of is a video program where right now, because of hardware limitations, what it is it'll be a drum, and we'll go record this later, but it'll be basically a drummer connected to a video projector. And what will happen is that every time he hits, let's say, his snare drum, it'll change the video to another scene, and then every other drum at this point in time will be an effect. So if he hits the bass drum, it'll cause like a digital shake on that scene. But once hardware becomes more powerful, what we can do is hook up a projector to every single one of his drums.